Hello YouTubers, welcome to another episode. Today, as you can probably tell from the title, we're going to attempt to break some Strava segment records. Oh yeah! And what segments do you think I'm going to break? Well, I'm going to head to the boathouse and let you guys know after looking at the segments and looking where they start, where they finish themselves. But I'm in the Yam Rover right now. It's raining outside, so hopefully that might be able to actually help with a little bit of the segments as the water is streaming, because on Strava, not too recently, but relatively recently, they've added the ability to add your workouts on the water, not just on a run or on a bicycle. So that's pretty cool. We've got the water workouts in, and we're going to have a little bit of an attempt at some segments, but once we get to the boathouse, I'll have a chat about the segments themselves and how fast I might actually have to go. So let's have a nice, lovely, safe trip to the boathouse. Oh yeah. And we're still in the Yam Rover. The rain has got considerably worse, and I've been looking at the segments to see what I'll need to do to beat at least one of them today, and I'm a bit disheartened, to be perfectly honest. Out of the 7 segments that are basically do when I'm paddling around, 6 of them are at a speed where I basically cannot reach, because on the water you can be out in any boat from a single to a pair to a 4 to an 8, and the segments on Strava are the same regardless of what boat class you're in. So the 8 can go way faster than a single, and they're stacked together. There's no sort of option to separate them, unfortunately. So a lot of the segments are done by people in bigger boats, and then that means that the people in the smaller boats can't really have those segments. So maybe that's something for Strava to change. So today, out of the 7 segments, there is one that I think is done in a small enough boat that I might be able to get this segment. The piece itself is basically the longest segment on Strava on the stretch of water. It's 8.5k, so basically from the almost at the top to pretty much almost at the bottom, turn and come back. And it's going to be an interesting one because it involves a lot of steering going all the way down. Basically here there's a straight bit, and then there's a curve, bit of wobbly bits, and then a turn. So with it being raining, hopefully it'll deter people from getting out, so it's not going to be busy on the water, but it's still going to involve me trying not to crash, or trying not to have some drastic adjustments being made on the water. So, Yam Squad, wish me luck, and also you can actually follow me on Strava if you like. I'll put the link in the description to my Strava if that's how it works, just if you wanted to follow along with my progress, and maybe we can compete in some of these segments. And now we'll get on to the water in this, which is just getting worse and worse now. So I'm going to have to wear a jacket to row in. But fingers crossed, Yam Squad, wish me luck, and I'll see you. Well, you'll see me during the workout, but I'll see you after the workout. Oh yeah. So now I'm gonna go inside, hopefully fix the fin because there is a spare one, and get back out, but probably not attempting that again today due to the probable more water obstructions down there. But I felt pretty good, the speeds were fast enough. Whether I could have maintained it for 8K, we'll have to find out another day. So let's get in and fix the fin. Okay, so it may look like there's a fin on the boat, but this is actually the replacement fin. And so to thank you to the people that were saying you should have a replacement fin, and also to Andy at Hudson for making sure I had a replacement fin. But the carbon one that was in it came out. You probably heard the thud of it coming out, and it's just frustrating because I was feeling like I was going reasonably quick for me and was having some fun going at that speed. But I don't think I'll be doing that for this session, as it's raining more, and raining the last couple of days is bringing down some more debris down the stream, down the water, down the river. So it's going to be hard to avoid everything. So we'll keep extra eye out as we go out for a normal paddle down and up, or down and around. And then if I see some clear sections, maybe try out some speed work. But this session, just want to get out and get paddling now, rather than just sort of going in a huff and going home. Got the fin in, which actually went in much quicker, much easier than last time, as I actually knew what I was doing. But I'm going to replace that one hopefully as well. So now let's get back onto the water and just have a lovely chilled out paddle. Made it back into the boat bays. I've got the boatman sanding down a boat over there, so hopefully you guys can hear me. Today hasn't been an ideal day. The boat itself is now fine. No damage to the boat apart from the fin itself coming off. The fin itself, although supposed to stay in the boat, is also supposed to come out the boat, if that makes sense. So it's got a breakaway part in it. If there's enough force for it, then it'll come away from the boat instead of pulling out part of the boat. So it's a positive that doesn't damage the boat, but a negative that is relatively easy to take out. So today, going the fastest that I've relatively been going, hitting a log, it's going to come out. And then the other day, similar idea, just hitting a log is going to be taking it out. But the rain's still going, so probably going to head home, get a fueling up session in, and then get another session perhaps on the erg, staying dry, and then assessing the Strava segments for another day. Hopefully I'll be able to get down and do that, or at least get a full attempt in. I reckon it's going to be extremely difficult. I'll need to improve my technique, make it myself more efficient, but as a train passes. But on top of that, I think my steering as well, going through the bottom half, would be a challenge for me currently, and as well as that, obviously having obstructions in the water trying to avoid. So yes, the rain may have been good for getting people off the water, but it wasn't good for bringing stuff on the water that I could hit. So not ideal. So that will be it for today's episode, Yam Squad. Bit of a different one. I didn't anticipate what happened today. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and as always, remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that like button, and I will see you tomorrow for another episode. Oh yeah.